This is Cooper. Cooper is your regular high school student with a bright future ahead of him. Cooper loves Coca-Cola, but he also loves to be healthy. So when Cooper discovered Coke Zero, he couldn't resist. Yet little did our friend Cooper know, Coke Zero is not as healthy as it seems. You see, Cooper drinks about 5 Coke Zero cans in a day. This is because it is advertised as a drink with zero sugar. But if you take a close look at the drink, you will see that it is jam-packed with artificial sugars, which are even worse for you than real sugar. So with enough consumption, this quote-unquote healthier option can very negatively impact your health. False advertising is a big problem in our society. And for those that don't know what false advertising is, let me inform you. According to Alea Camacho, false advertising is the practice of promoting items or services in deceptive ways, causing customers to make purchases based on false or inaccurate information. And you see, false advertising doesn't just have a negative outcome on the health of the consumers. It also can affect the relationship between the company and the consumer as well. I firmly believe that by the end of this video, you will agree that false advertising is a huge problem. And the ability for companies to crank out false information at a fast rate needs to be stopped. You may not have realized it, but a lot of companies do this, including most companies you use every day. Volkswagen released a marketing campaign claiming that their line of diesel vehicles were clean diesel. But it came to light that the company had actually fitted the entire line of cars with illegal emission defeat devices. The company Airborne had advertised for years that their product warded off germs and boosted the immune system. However, they never actually preformed any studies to prove this statement. And just like how Coke Zero affected our friend Cooper, these companies also could have affected the health and relationship with the consumer. One thing that interests me most about all of this is the recent spike in false advertising. According to a study by the National Library of Medicine, the investment in advertising has seen a significant decrease since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. The only increase was in the health sector, which was only by 3%. Now, some people may argue that if a company uncovers some information that could be harmful to the reputation of their product and brand, that they aren't going to reveal that info because when it comes down to it, it's all about profits. And although this may be true, a company should take responsibility and change something instead of keeping it a secret. Because this secret could have drastic effects on the health of the consumer. If people have a chance of being harmed because you kept important info from them, then it may be time to come clean. And trust me, telling the truth can benefit consumer trust. Statistics gathered by the IAS team show that 80% of consumers think misinformation is a serious problem in media. 73% that they feel unfavorably towards companies associated with misinformation. And 65% report that they stay away from products involved in misinformation. Here's a question. If you found out a brand you love got exposed for pushing misinformation surrounding their product, would you stop purchasing their products? Since most know the reality behind false advertising, I'm going to explain some ways that you can avoid it. You could start reading into the history of companies you use to see if they partake in misinformation. You could limit media usage to stop getting pulled in by false advertising. Or you could even start reading the contents of a product before you buy it, just to be safe. False advertising has, and will continue to impose harmful effects on people like you and me. It is a sneaky and clever strategy for companies to keep a good reputation and keep getting lots and lots of money. We need to find solutions to this problem and not only save our own health, but the health of billions out there in the world. So tell me, what will you do to stop false advertising?